Hey there, let me link some of this stuff so that you understand one thing. This guy who now moved away, and this is why I'm telling you, I'm telling you, ladies, keep your head on straight when it comes to men, because some of y'all do some dumb stuff, from stalking the exes on Facebook to trying to see if the man has contacted her. No, that's that ghetto stuff that drives me crazy when women get that kind of crazy behind a man. I hate that. But listen to what I'm telling you. So the same guy, when he first met me, it's interesting because I guess he could see by my demeanor. He would say, you know, when I met you, I looked at you and I could tell that you don't take no ish. Now, if you are ghetto, right, you hear that a whole nother way and you want to challenge that person because, oh, so and so says she the type of no, 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 no. What he's saying, if you're mature, is the fact that I have healthy boundaries. I don't like all that ghetto drama in my circle, around me, in my world. I don't like it. There's a difference there. If your ghetto ears are hearing she don't take no ish and you want to challenge, that's dumb. That's immaturity. And I'm speaking real to women right now. Now, the thing again, when I talk about this man spinning all these stories himself, this was actually a professional man. So I don't want people to get it twisted. He's actually an engineer. This is the irony, a manager of engineering, right? Which means he made money. So here's something that I want to school some women on. Sometimes you have these men that make decent money. And what they do at times is they'll date women that they feel are at a lower quote unquote class than them because they like for the women to pawn over them. Well, he kind of got a rude awakening. I guess he didn't realize the fact that I have an IT background, very educated, already owned homes and all that. So you're not dealing with some little young chick that's just going to be, falling all over you. So once sometimes, when sometimes a man's ego gets crushed by somebody that they deem or that they had assumed was a certain way, they start gossiping like a woman. And if you're a woman that doesn't realize that about some men, all this time you believed some story about ex's mother, right? And now you get a reality check. But here's the thing about it, that reality check is the fact that I'm mature, right? So now you looking crazy because you want to believe what he said, girl, because you silly. I already said that man was a liar. It is what it is. Now, moving on to what I was saying with some of this stuff. This is why I'm applying this into being more mature. And when I say because I'm human, this is what I'm talking about. This is me also recognizing human nature in people. Fine, I'm still going to be the mature one. But when I had that dream last night, it reminded me of, it's interesting because when I had to fight my sister and my brother-in-law saw me and he knows certain things about me and me having to, hit my ex and all this kind of stuff. When I tell those stories again, you'll have some ghetto thinking people like, oh, we would love to see her fight. No, 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 no. I'm not telling you those stories to walk around acting like I'm bad. I'm telling you those stories when I keep saying to you, I don't like fighting. That is also a boundary that some people don't know how to respect. And so when I had this dream about X last night, it dawned on me, for that person to have said that out loud, well, X really is the better fighter, and somebody to finally go off on the person like you really were starting all this stuff, not realizing how much of a mess you had created. 2 years later, it was really it was a vindication for me to have dreamed that last night, because that's what I had been telling these folks for the longest. And so when you spin up and you dramatize and all this kind of stuff, guess who's received the bad end of the deal was X. All of a sudden, he was a thug, he was this, he was that, and none of it was true. So now, at the end of the day, to have that dream and finally that person be called out and say, it was you all this time starting that drama, it is a beautiful thing that happened. Thank you.